So, for those who are out there who are still like new to Instagram, or they don't even have an Instagram account and they're just trying to learn about it, hashtags is something that confuses some people. What are hashtags?
Well, hashtags are, to put it most simply, a way of connecting related posts. And by doing that, if you are creating a post, you do the pound symbol followed by a word or like a small phrase, as long as it doesn't have any spaces. And what that does is it adds it to essentially a bank of all the other posts that also have that hashtag. And so a lot of times people will follow specific hashtags because they want to see that all the new stuff that is within that, uh, realm, but they don't necessarily want to go through and follow everyone who tags something that's related to whatever. If you just
Mm.
want to see the coolest and the most recent stuff of a specific, category rather than from a specific person, you can search that tag. And some of them produce more clicks than others, and it's relatively easy to find online kind of statistics that will help you choose which hashtags to use.
Mm.
And with hashtags, it's important that you know that you only have 30 of them. Now, you can kind of cheese that, and I
You can
do
only
not
use
recommend.
30.
Yeah, but in one text, right? So in the caption, you can only put 30, but you can kind of cheese that, and people do this, and I do not recommend doing this. Um, you can put a ton more down in the comments, right? So you can do another 30 and another comment, and then another 30 under that post and a comment, and people will rack up a ton of them. The reason I don't recommend doing that is because that's kind of a black hat technique. And when I mean black hat, I mean there's like white hat techniques and there's black hat techniques, and there's kind of in between gray ones. And basically the black hats are like the hackers, the ones trying to do stuff outside of the law and so forth. That term kind of came about due to Google SEO and search engine optimization because they would try and cheese and cheat the algorithm. So that's kind of what they're trying to do. But sticking to those 30 and just using those 30 kind of puts you in this good box because it means one, you're playing by the rules. So the algorithm's going to notice that. And it's going to be able to really just focus on those 30 hashtags every single post. And when you're deciding which hashtags to do, go look up different ones, right? Like Weston said, there's tools online to kind of help you look at hashtags. Look at how much that hashtag is used. If it's used 2 million times, the likelihood of that really helping you out is pretty low, right? And your goal should be to kind of get in the top post section, right? So there's top posts, and then there's the most recent when you click on a hashtag or when you search a hashtag. If you're in that top posts, right, that's there a lot. And that doesn't just go away right away. So you want to aim for the ones that have are going to have the most bang for their buck, and the ones that those are anywhere from like 1,000 to about 6 to 7,000 uses. Right? That's a really good sweet spot. You know that okay, people are using this. There's not 300 people who are using this, but there's enough people where I can compete in that market, right? And I can compete using those hashtags. Um, and then keeping those and then just repeating those on every single post. And over time, you will see growth. For example, I have done this with an association, and within the first year of just consistently using hashtags, I got them up to being a point where they doubled their follower count, and it was the right followers. That's another thing. A lot of people think, oh, you got a lot of followers, that's really good. Well, yes, but are they the right followers? Because you don't want to have, like 100,000 followers and not even half of them are actually interested in your content. I would rather have like 50,000 or even 10,000
Well,
or
out of
1,000 followers.
50,000, still you got 50,000 interested. That makes you an influencer. But
It does, but, like, I would rather, and I'm using it as an example because I'm kind of exaggerating it, but I would rather have a core audience, even if it's 500 to 1,000 people who really love my product, who really love what I do, because those people are gonna support me, and then they're gonna tell others, and there's gonna be growth from that, and they're gonna be the right followers. So when you're trying to use hashtags to grow your follower base on Instagram, find the hashtags that relate to what you do, right? That are in that nice sweet spot range. I love kind of like the 500,000. I love that 500 to 600. You can go lower if you want, but making sure that like you're reaching the right people and then the right people are following you. And because those people are going to double tap your content, right? They're going to hit that. They're going to like that content. They're going to hit that picture twice on their phone. They're not going to just scroll past it, right? They're actually going to engage with you. They're going to comment on your stuff, those sorts of things. And that's what you want because Instagram loves to see, just like Facebook, Instagram loves to see people having conversations and interacting with you on their platform because that means that they're on that platform for longer. And then that means that they're enjoying what they're seeing, right? So then you're going to get recommended. And there's recommended feeds as well. Uh, Instagram will recommend different posts to you based on other interests that you have. And it'll pop up at the end. Let's say you finish your feed and, oh, you've seen all the posts for the last, the last 2 days, right? Or the last 3 days. Here's some recommendations. And then they'll show you recommended posts. So that's another way of just being consistent about it would help. And then using those same hashtags, and it kind of like hones you in on this market where you'll get recommended to people in that area.